Here I am. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to BITESIZE, and welcome to a show that could be interrupted by my dog. Yes, buddy, could be barking any minute now. So you've all been warned. If you're listening to this as a podcast, you may hear dog barking in the back if you listen loud and clear. Now, how is everybody? Happy Easter. Yes, we are live tonight, Easter Monday. I thought I'd jump on for whatever time we've got and hang out with you guys for, whatever. So if you're listening to this first time, this is Bite Size. This is our weekly live stream we do. I get to hang out with you guys, talk about running shoes, training, coaching, eating chocolate, whatever you want to talk about. I'm here for the next whatever to talk about that kind of stuff. It only works because you guys get involved in the chat box, comment box, ask away questions, and get involved in the show tonight. That'd be awesome. I don't know how many people are going to turn up tonight. It is Easter Monday. I appreciate a lot of you over here in the UK at least are going to be doing other things than sitting here and watching me on live stream tonight. And yes, so here we go. So I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit tired today. Busy weekend with Easter and all that sort of stuff, but I had a good time. I hope you had a good Easter as well. Back to the grind tomorrow. And I think some of you over here in the UK specifically are tapering. We've got the marathon season starting this coming weekend with the Brighton Marathon. Make sure you tune in to the long run show on Friday. We're going to be talking about tapering. Now, I know that doesn't help anybody who's doing Brighton or Paris, but we're going to be talking about tapering on Friday. So make sure you hang out with that one. Right, so let's get the admin done. Again, thanks everybody who's coming in and joining us live, which is pretty awesome. Get your comments, your questions, whether it's about running shoes, coaching questions, whatever you think, get in the comment section, and I will come to those in just a bit. So I'll get onto the admin, and then hopefully that will load up. So order of business tonight. So just so you know, on the channel this week, we are going to be doing, at some point, I will put together the review on the Vanish Carbon 2. Yeah, we've been doing a bit in them. We've also got the, but I won't record that this week. We've got the Reebok Flow Ride. I'm going to say it wrong. Symmetros shoe. I've been putting a couple of miles in them, but I need more in them to be able to put some form of content together on that. We've obviously got the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Paris. I finally got my hands on them. I've already seen a question from Mick. So we'll be talking about them a little bit tonight. So make sure you get in the comments. If you've got the Metaspeed Sky, Paris, or the Edge, let us know how you've been getting on with that. Be very interested. So I've got the London Landmarks Half Marathon coming up this weekend. Again, let us know if you're going to be joining us there this weekend, or if you're in Prague with some of the other guys. We've got an carbon-plated racing shoe from Under Armour. I'm not sure what it's called. We've got that coming in as well. So we'll have to get some miles into them. What else in terms of admin? Oh, admin-wise, Manchester Marathon, sort of final call, really. If you've not signed up for the Manchester Marathon Shakeout Run, we're doing that with Brooks and Up and Running. Get over to the 40 Rounds website and sign up for that. And while you're there, if you are a club member, affiliated club member, make sure you renew your club membership. Or if you want to join, now's a great time because it's the full calendar year. So make sure you get involved in that. So I've got a cup of tea there. I've been drinking. And a London Shakeout Run, London Marathon Shakeout Run. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently, as you'd expect at 40 Runs. As always, we do things a little bit differently. We're disruptors, not influencers here. And that announcement will hopefully come early part of this week. Because we are Monday now, aren't we? So watch out for the London Shakeout Run details. It will be a little bit, it'll be very different to what you'd expect. So just watch out for that one. I think that's about it. If you've not signed up for HARP 24, make sure you do that as well, which is an endurance event that we are supporting this year. All the information is on our website. And yeah, there we go. So that's all the admin done. Okay, thanks to everybody who's joining us live. If you are listening to this as a podcast, thank you very much. We record this live, and we will go through the questions and comments in the section now. If you are just joining us, you got there a little bit later than everybody else, get involved in the comments section. Ask away, questions, comments, shoes, coaching, whatever you want to talk about, get involved in the comment section, and we'll rattle through those tonight. I'm just going to have another sip of my tea and then we'll get started. How's that? But how's everybody doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Penny. Okay. For anybody who didn't realize, we'll do this first. So I've got the Metaspeed Edge, and I'm on the if you're on the podcast, I'm holding them up. If you don't know the difference, long story short, instead of the car in the sky, the carbon plate goes basically straight. Bad example. Where the edge it goes down, and what that means is you get more foam above the plate than you do on the sky. This is a shoe that is meant to be for more cadence-based runners. Okay, instead of the sky, which is somebody who's maybe a slightly longer striding. So maybe you're probably striking from the forefoot to mid. Yeah, do it that way. Where the edge, more cadence is probably sort of mid, a little bit towards the heel. So that's the sort of difference. But the plates, in terms of the design, is probably the biggest difference in the shoes. So say you've got more foam above the plate in the edge versus the sky. So that kind of does that. These are fitted true to size. I've had no issues in terms of sizing so far, but it is very, very early days. So I am taking these shoes, the ASICS Metaspeed Edge Paris, to the London Landmarks Half Marathon on Sunday. We're going to put them out into a race, see what happens. I'm not going particularly hard because that will be my last sort of effort, long run, whatever you want to call it, before my taper. I'm doing a 2-week taper because I was sick last week. I had man flu. So my mileage this week will be back up to, not back up to 50 miles, but somewhere between sort of 40 and 45 miles this week. And I will use the London Landmarks Half Marathon to run the edge to see if they will make their way to London. So I'm sort of between 3 shoes, maybe 4. Decide for my London Marathon running shoe. That is going to be the Edge or the Pro 4 from Saucony, the Adidas Pro 3 or the Vaporfly 3. They're the shoes that I'm looking at the moment. The New Balance SC Elite version, whatever it is too heavy. The Hoka is too heavy. So I'm looking more at those shoes that I just mentioned. And the Alpha Fly 3 cuts my arch up, so I won't wear them. And that's where we're at in terms of the London Marathon shoes. Okay. Right. That's that. So thank you very much again to everybody who's joined us. If you are joining us late, make sure you get into the chat box because I'm about to go into there. Okay. Here we go. Right, Mick. Good evening, everybody. Hope you had a good Easter. It's the happiest 40 minutes of the week. Thank you, Mick. I appreciate that. It might not be 40. Might be less. It might be more. Whoever knows. Good evening to everybody. Hello from Carl from Atlanta. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate it. Who's this? Oh, boy. Only come on here to see the Hero 40 made it. He's off to the bar. Catch up. Billy boy. What's your favorite Easter egg? I only eat, well, I eat most things, but my preference in terms of Easter eggs are the Cadbury's ones. So the good thing is for me, the girls got a load of those mini egg ones. So I'm just going to destroy all them. But yeah, the Cadbury's ones for me. Good question, Gary. Good way to start off the week. Happy Easter, tuning live from Universal Studios Orlando. That's pretty awesome, Gavin. Make sure you look out for Simon. He's out there as well. So make sure you have a chat. Right, suggestions on a recovery run shoe. Now, in recovery runs, so I tend to do them after like big efforts. So like last week, I did a recovery run on the Sunday, and I went out. Surprise, surprise! I went out in my Super Blast. For me, that's a shoe that can do all of that. The other shoe I like for those recovery miles are my Max Road 6s from Skechers or the Nimbus 26. Something super comfortable, super cushioned. I don't care about the weight. I really don't care about the weight on that recovery run shoe. But it's got to have a lot of stack, a lot of foam, and it's got to make me feel kind of nice under my foot. I'm never running pace, just, you know, going out there. And again, my recovery runs are time-based, not distance. So I'll go out for 30 minutes, basically, in a recovery run. No more, no less. Unless something peculiar happens. But yeah, I tend to do recovery runs on a Sunday. And I look for something that's, unless there's specifically a shoe that I need to wear to take it over a certain mileage, to get it a video done or whatever. then I'll just stick on something like I just mentioned. Right, okay. Here we go. Next one. Evening, Lindsay. I've eaten too many Easter eggs. Ashley. Okay. Right. This is a good one. So from Matt Nash, have you set up a helpline to offer counselling to Hayden for his damaged alpha? So if you don't follow me on Instagram, FORDY_runs, or if you don't follow Hayden, it's running with Hayden, I think. Somebody correct me. Make sure you give him a follow as well on Instagram. But he posted up because his Alpha Fly 3s are ripped at the back. He's taken a big lump out of the, show you on the Metaspeeds, but this bit here in the heel, he's basically torn that bit. I'm guessing it's because he's been taking them off with his feet because he's lazy and it's ripped. But I know people who have this has happened to in the past. It happened to a lot of people who had do you remember the Pegasus Turbo shoes? That happened to a lot of people as well. And I would be annoyed because it's 300 quid that you've done. I'm sure Nike will change them or refund them. But the problem he has is that there's no stock about. So, yeah, they can change them, but what are they going to change them with when there's no stock about? So that's the issue. I think it is a shame. I think it sums up Nike at the moment in terms of their build quality in general of their running shoes. I think their running shoes are terrible in terms of build quality. I think their running shoes in general are poor. Don't get me wrong. I like the Alpha Fly 3. It just didn't work for me in terms of the arch. I did that 10K in it and enjoyed it. And I like the Vaporfly 3 very much. But I just think their running shoes are just awful at the moment. I think they for a shoe company that made such amazing shoes so many years ago. And it's funny, I did a video today. I filmed it about daily trainers, and I had the Pegasus 35. I was using that as an example. And I ran a marathon in them. It's a great shoe, but they just lost their way as a company in terms of making good running shoes for everyday runners. I think they've lost their way, which is a shame. But let's see. They've got obviously new Streak Fly coming, new Zoom Fly coming. Who knows what they're going to do? But Nike running shoes are badly made, and to be honest with you, they aren't anything special anymore. You look what all the other brands are doing at the moment. It's incredible. I'm just going to cough. Still got a bit of a cough after man flu last week. If you are joining us late to the party, get in the comment section, please. Ask away. Get involved with the live stream tonight. It'd be great to hear from you. Whether you want to ask a question about running shoes or coaching questions, maybe you've got a marathon coming up or whatever it is, get involved in the comment section. Maybe you want to talk about on running shoes and how people only give them good reviews that are sent them. I've not seen a bad review yet. Have you? Let me know in the comments. Okay. There's a reason why I don't get sent on running shoes. Next question. But I do think Hayden needs to get his wallet out and just go and buy a pair of ASICS Metaspeed Skies or Edges. I think that's what he needs to do. Just done a marathon in chocolate eating, Mark. There we go. Okay, so Mick, first impressions on the Metaspeed Edge. I really enjoyed them, but it's so early. What the biggest takeaway for me was how light they were. Now, I put my Metaspeed Edges on the scales, and I got 6.9 ounces. And I put them on 3 times because I didn't think that was right. 6.9 ounces. Now, what makes me laugh is that you think the SC Elite from New Balance is nearly 9 ounces. I might be over that. The Hoka's the same, which shows you that my point is valid about those two shoes, that they're just too heavy. They make no sense to have those shoes as a marathon race day shoe when they're that heavy. It's like, what, 2 ounces nearly, or maybe one of them shoes is over 2 ounces heavier than that Metaspeed Edge. Now, if ASICS can make a shoe, marathon racing shoe, that's, 7 ounces, why can't the other two? It's completely barking mad. And I get that some of those shoes maybe are like, might be suited for somebody who's just, not going for it. And I am one of those people that's not always going for it, okay? But I just don't understand how, like, Hoka and New Balance in their sort of product meetings are sitting there going, yeah, we're going to make this really awesome marathon shoe, but we're going to make it 2 ounces heavier than the shoe from ASICS. I just don't get it. Makes no sense to me. So anyway, that's the biggest takeaway, Mick. I would say is the feeling of lightness of the shoe. We'll see what happens on Sunday at the London landmarks when I put them out to play. We'll have some fun. I've got 6 miles in them so far, but it doesn't really mean anything to be honest with you. So let's until you're racing them, you don't really know. I don't think. Good question coming up, Manuel. Hi everybody, Fordy. What's your next challenge? So the next challenge for me is the London Landmarks Half Marathon. Then I've got the which is quite a big event over here in the UK, and then I've got the London Marathon on the 20 something of April. Before that, I am in Manchester for the Manchester Marathon, but I'm there supporting. I've got quite a few clients who are running that. We've also got a big shakeout run that's taking place at the Up and Running store that everybody is welcome to come to. We're doing that with Brooks. So that's a sort of next couple of weeks for me. Then I've got London. And I haven't really got any time off. We've got a really busy May as well coming our way. It doesn't really, wish I had that. It doesn't really quieten down until like August, when basically go on holiday. That's about it. I'm just gonna have some more tea. You talk amongst yourselves. Again, if you're joining us late, get in the comment section. Get chatting amongst yourselves. And you may have seen my cup. Look, I got sent this by Nettie. She's a hero. Right. Okay. Apologies if you're listening to me drinking on the podcast. Any advice on? This is from Beth. Any advice on a sports massage prior to London? Is it too late if I've never had one? Yeah, it is. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I can't remember for the life of me who it was. So apologies if that was you. But sports massage before London, no. If you've not had one, no. It's just a disaster. Have it afterwards. If you're used to having them through training, yep, fine, no problem. But I wouldn't start irritating things and pushing and prodding stuff about just before. If you've not had one done, I won't be having one done, and I do have sports massages. I will have one after, because basically, as soon as I finish training, I'm going to have a week off, and then I'll get back training again, because it's well documented, I think, on the channel that I'm going for Berlin, not London. So I need to pick it up and carry on. Oh my God. Thanks to everybody who's joining us live, by the way. I really appreciate it on Easter Monday. Right. Next question. Fordy, I'm doing London. Would you recommend me not drinking from now until the day? I did the same last year. Do you think it helps? I mean, yeah, it helps. I know Ben doesn't drink. I would say that's wrong. He drinks a lot when he goes out, but he cuts back on his alcohol intake. I think there's no downside to cutting out alcohol in your training. But that's coming from somebody who doesn't drink. I don't drink because it really sends my ADHD the wrong way. So I don't drink because it causes problem with my ADHD. So that's coming from somebody who doesn't drink. So it's a bit different. But yeah, I would say there's no downside to not drinking. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I hope that helps. But I say I'm the worst person to comment here because I don't drink because of my ADHD. Right, Guy. Evening, Chris. Thank you for getting super halves tops in the store so quickly. We were only speaking about them last week. Order date. Well, thank you very much, Guy. Yeah, good luck to anybody who's going out to the super halves this weekend. I don't know whether you'll get those tops in time. Probably not, because of the Easter weekend, and then there'll be problems because the Easter weekend, everything shuts down over the Easter holidays. But you got them when you get back anyway. So yeah, but you're welcome, by the way. Thank you very much for thanking me. Everybody's off to Benidorm. Mick, if you're not part of the 40 Rounds Running Club, again, you can join. You can join for free. But a lot of people are going off to Benidorm. Oh, that's a point, Gary. You've just reminded me actually on that. I must do that as well. Moving along. So good evening, James. Evening, Fordy. Running Manchester in 2 weeks. James, are you coming to the shakeout run? Oh, no, you can't answer me. But let me know in the comments. Been training in the ASICS GT 2012. Fantastic shoe. And the Saucony Guide. And training has gone great. Would you recommend doing the marathon in the ASICS? If you've trained in them, why not? I think it's definitely... there's no point changing anything this late. If you think that you can run the marathon in them, go for it. There's no downside. The worst thing you could do is go and buy a new shoe that gives you issues. So if you train in the ASICS, go with the ASICS. It's always the better the devil, if that's the right thing to say. But yeah, 100% do that. James, oh, hang on. Matthew's asking how he found the grip. Matthew found the grip in the ASICS GT 2000 not very good. I've got the GT 2012. Hang on. Oh, that's right. Mark the chat up. But yeah, I've got them. I have had no issues with them. The ASICS shoes are in general not very good in the wet. That's why I know people like, for example, with the Nova Blast bought the TR version last year. But I've had no issues personally with the GT 2012 in the wet. That's not to say that somebody else hasn't, but the ASICS outsoles in general, not great, to be honest with you. Beth, could you do a motivational episode to the upcoming marathons to listen to during the run? A motivational episode? How long would you want that, Beth? And get involved in the comments. How long does a motivational podcast need to be? I'll write this down. I like it. I like the idea. What do you want me to talk about? Do you want to talk about chocolate, crisps? How many packs of crisps I can eat in one night? Motivational. And how long do you... And don't say 6 hours. I could talk, but I can't talk for 6 hours. Motivational podcast. I like these ideas, by the way. Episode. So listen to. What do you want on that podcast? Do you want like quotes? Do you want me to talk about, I don't know. You let me know in the comments. So again, just if you're involved in this, would you listen to a motivational podcast during the marathon? If you would, what would you want on it? Let me know. Right, that's written down for you, Beth. I'm waiting for your feedback. We could do that, couldn't we? Okay, next question. Mick, I have to say Adele's Friday's show was brilliant. Yeah, if you've not listened to the podcast, it was a special that we put out on Friday. I would strongly recommend it. Now, that's not me doing my usual, like, pushing you into stuff, selling stuff and all this other tip. I would say it's a story of an everyday runner. It's a podcast about a runner. It's not us cocking about like usual. It's not, I've got to be a bit careful, but it's not commercialized podcast. It's not just, laughs for laughs and all this sort of stuff. It is genuinely a very, very true and inspirational story about somebody who has used running to better themselves, but also inspire others. So check that out. All right. Apologies, I do keep coughing. That's because I haven't mentioned it. I was sick last week. I don't know if I mentioned it at all. Here we go. It's probably the helicopter blades. Yeah, it could be that. Matthew's looking forward to London Landmarks, my first half marathon. He's also doing the South End half. We will have the Pink Picnic there in Matthew in June. Make sure you come along to the Pink Picnic. But yes, I will be at the London Landmarks half this weekend. Keep an eye out for me on course. You'll probably hear me before you see me, because I'm a legend. Somebody's saying that I know I keep going, it's because I'm reading, but they Alpha Fly 3 are being restocked on 4th of April. So Hayden, he might be able to get them. This person, RJ Mills 87, managed to pick up some Nimbus 25 for over Easter for £85. Bit of a bargain for those recovery easy miles. Yeah, good shoe. Oh, music runners. See you at London Landmarks. So are you in wave 1? Yes, I am in wave 1. I will be starting the race as usual, and I will be winning it for about 100 meters, maybe. Every year that we've done the London Landmarks, we've always raced off the start line. If you've not seen any of the videos, go and check them out on the YouTube channel. Last year, me and Toe absolutely destroyed everybody. We got all the way around to Nelson's Column before any of the elite runners caught us up. But usually one of the Wade brothers or, somebody picks us up. But yeah, we got all the way around to Nelson's Column, and then we picked up Righty and then ran with him till the end. But yeah, we usually come out of there like a bat out of hell. So let's see. We will be there on Sunday. Debbie's late. It's not good enough, Deb. Sorry about that. Have some more tea. Get rid of this cough. That's actually a good idea from Mark. He's doing the last 2 weeks of his training block in non-plate shoes, so he feels the boost of the Pro 3. It's not the worst idea I've heard, Mark. To be honest with you, it's not really. It's not a bad idea. That listen, I think it's that placebo effect, but why not? I think it's a good idea. At what distance would you recommend replacing shoes? I have a pair of Adidas. I mean, that's a bad question for me because we get sent so many. So I'm like just going through shoes. But I think normally it comes, I think you can do the mileage on. I think it comes down to the feel of them and the wear and tear in general. You do get that feeling, don't you, of them bottoming out. You can feel the shoe, like not going, but you can feel the shoe bottom out. Obviously, it's wearing in certain places. So I would say go to feel more than actual mileage on a shoe. Right, next great. But good question, I Matt. Debbie, my hubby survived his 10K a day march. Well done. Oh, well done. It's not very pleasant listening tonight, is it? Unusual training for Manchester, but it seems to have the trick. Good. I think Debbie, the key is there is consistency. Consistency wins every time. Okay, that's the key to all this sort of training business. Again, everybody, if you're joining live late, get your questions in, comments in, and we will try and get to them before we finish tonight. I appreciate it's Easter Monday. But there's still loads of you turned up. So thanks very much. I appreciate it as ever. Now, this is what I was going to say. I come back to Gary. Don't forget to drink the beetroot shots. I've got to get some, actually. I used them for London last year. And I wouldn't say I noticed any difference, but I ran a PB. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. So I must order my beetroot shots. And in fact, so much so, this is probably when you've got ADHD. Just right, let's hang on. Beetroot shots. I've just sent myself an email live on air because I'm a hero to do. I have about 8 of these emails that I send myself every day. Thank you very much to whoever put that on there because that's just reminded me. Jamie, you need to get to Shake It Running. You need to sign up. We're pretty much at capacity. So I need you to sign up, brother, if you're coming, please. It's from 11:30. There's stuff that Brooks are giving out. So come along for some goodies. Trevor, evening 40. I bought a few pair of shoes from Start Fitness using your code. The code's 40 rounds if anybody's want to buy some new shoes. Looking to purchase some New Balance Rebel 4. They don't have they don't stock New Balance shoes at the moment. So that's the reason for that. They don't stock New Balance shoes at the moment. That's why you can't get them there. Mark, great to see a lot of. Oh, yeah, good. If you don't know what the Global Run Crew is, we have a virtual running group within the 40 Rounds Running Club, and they go out twice a week. We put a couple of sessions out, and everybody can take part in that. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Yeah, you can get involved in this. So, Carl from Atlanta, Manuel from Spain, get involved. Go over to 40rounds.com and sign up for the Global Run Crew. Get involved in that. It's a cracking community of runners. It really is. It's free to join. No issues on that side, I think. Michael, anyone know where to get hold of size 10, 10.5 of Super Blasts and Adidas Pro 3? Somebody said to me the other day they bought some on some website. There was some stock of Super Blasts around somewhere. Paul, Chris, how does the Rebel 4 come up on sizing? Is super confused. I went up, as always, in New Balance shoes to a 10 versus where you go? A 9.5. I'm usually a 9.5 in shoes, other than some brands, and one of those brands is New Balance. So I went up half a size, and they fit beautifully. They are quite wide in the toe box. There's quite a bit of room in there, but the 10 for me is just a perfect fit. Who's this? Still not giving me. I like this one. For motivation, an hour of Wilco speaking. Pagey, you should be concentrating on getting your lunches cleaned, ready for the big day. Start putting stuff like that in the chat. What else? Adele's Rob's loving Adele's podcast. Yep, get over that and listen for that. Right. Okay, so here's Beth. She's come back on this. Good point. Thanks for considering that motivation episode. I think it's a good idea. Thought something to spur us on when we struggle. Funny topics, motivational. Oh, hang on a minute. I have to roll this down again now. Or should I take a picture of it? Hang on. I'll take a picture. It's easy. I'll just cheat. Stay there. Talk about yourselves again. Okay. So motivational quotes, tips, reminders. Okay. We could do something like that. I think maybe try. You could download it, couldn't you? Right. So Debbie's in wave 5 at the London Landmarks. I shall see you there. Yeah. Hopefully it's sunny. Watch the start. And then go and find my bag, drop bus. Yeah, come along to the start. I'll be in the start pen. See you there, music runner. Jamie, can trainers that are too supportive cause injuries? Recently got some Kyano 30s and had the perineal tear in the side of shins. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's definitely... Yeah, I'll come on to that, Rich. It's going to be a interesting thing with these support shoes. I think any shoe can cause you injury, to be honest with you, but definitely supportive shoes, if they're sending you the wrong way, if you've not been fitted for a supportive shoe, then I would not recommend going into them. You need to get that advice that you need that shoe before you go out and buy it, because it can cause you more issues than what you'd expect. So just because you think you're pronate, or you think this, or you think that, get it checked by a professional. Because otherwise you'll get yourself into all sorts of trouble. I'm going to finish with that point about the shakeout runs and Kafuzi and all that sort of stuff. I recommend your... Oh, okay. Lucio's loving the race day bag essentials videos. If you've not seen that, make sure you get involved in that. That's the race day bag. That's on the YouTube channel. You can check that out. We won't be doing a new one. You can only... whack that thing for too long. Don't tell. God, Marvy, I'm trying to run through these as quick as I can, but there's so many coming. Thanks again to everybody who's joined us live. Motivational episode would be amazing. Share your experience and your struggles later on in a marathon when it gets tough. Tell us how many yum-yums we can have once we cross the line. Okay, all right. I think this is going to need a bit of work, isn't it? And when do we need this for? Manchester or London? Motivation. And how long does it have to be? Okay, I'm thinking like 30 minutes. There's probably not much more value I can add after 30 minutes. But you could go, it's whatever mile is, and you're really struggling. You go, right, I'm going to put 40 on. I could be like that Matthew Mahoney. I mean, all right. Could do that, couldn't I? We could start like that and off we go. Right, so I'm coming back to this Ben Parks Kafuzi question, because that's what we're going to finish on. Sorry, I'm late. What wave are you in, 40? I'm at the start. I'm starting the race. I'll be winning it for about 10 meters. Wave 1 is where it's at. Just want to say a big thank you to FORDY for telling me not to overthink my failed run last week. Yeah, you get out there, Robert. Just keep smashing it. 100%. Just keep smashing it. Gary saying, during the motivational chat, don't tell people to lay down at mile 25.5 like Simon tried to do in the Amsterdam Marathon. I was very motivational to him towards that end of the marathon, and I didn't let him lay down at mile 25.5. Okay, I'm just getting through the last ones, and I'm coming back to the question about the shakeout runs. Supposed to be running my first FM full marathon on Sunday, but struggling with slight injury and losing mojo. Do I rest up? Yep, rest up. Rest up. It's probably a little bit of paranoia, stretch, ice, do all the usual bits, and I'm sure it'll be just fine. Just make sure you do a warm up before you start. Rob was saying the Super Blasts were on sportshoes.com. That's where they were on sale. Actually, London. Yeah, it was Ben who got a pair of Super Blasts. That was it. Yeah, 30 minutes. Okay. All right. There we go. Right, so where was it? Here we go. I said I promise you finish on this one. Okay, so Kafuzi. Now, I don't know whether Kafuzi... I've chatted to him. I don't know whether he has a race bib. Can somebody let me know if he's got a race bib? When I was messaging him, I forgot to ask him whether he actually has a race bib or whether he's coming over for a few days. I know when he's coming over. We've discussed that, and hopefully we can do something together. In terms of shakeout runs, I will not be in London on Saturday. I'm guessing Mike will do a massive one in London, which would be awesome if you can get that along to that. But I will be elsewhere because I've got commitments with Brooks, which I'm super excited about, to do something very different to the norm, which we will tell you about this week. There's going to be about 50 million shakeout runs in London on Saturday of the thank you, Alf. There'll be about 50 million shakeout runs in London on the Saturday. If Mike's one is a bit later, I may come in for it just to hang out and see him, but hopefully I get to see him and hang out with him before then. But we've got commitments elsewhere on that Saturday. So we, in terms of the Ben Parks, I know he'll probably tag along to Mike's one as a guest, or if he does one at all. But there are going to be millions of the bloody things. So you can run with whoever you want to run with, whatever brand you want to go to. There's going to be Saw running ones, Westin running ones. I'm sure every other brand's going to be doing a shakeout run of any sort. We are, like I say, going to be doing something a bit different. It's not going to be in London, and that's intentional because I want to try and avoid London because I'm there on Sunday running around it. But I may come in, depends on what Mike's one is. I may come in for it, but again, I will see on the timing and how that fits in. He tends to do them early, but we shall see. But I will be doing one slightly differently, as you'd expect at 40 runs. We are disruptors, not influencers. And I don't really want to be part of that London crowd thing that's going to be going on. That all sort of gets on my nerves. But yes, that said, I would recommend, if you are in London, going to Mike's one when he announces it, 100%. And hopefully Ben, who I've got a lot of admiration for in terms of the way he reviews products, he will be, hopefully going along to Mike's as well, because they've met and done some stuff in the past. So that'd be super cool if he does that as well. So you might get to meet both of them at the same time. But Mike's one will be big, I'm guessing. It'll be very big. So make sure you keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, I think that's it. That's a great way to finish it. So look out this week, because I'll put that information out there with regards to our shakeout run, which again, if you missed the point, it will be in a different location and it will be different to the norm. So that will come out this week. If you're going Manchester Marathon, make sure you go over to fordyruns.com and sign up, because we are very tight on numbers, people. Okay. We've expanded it to the point where I'm getting in a little bit of trouble now. So just make sure you please sign up and let us know you're coming so we can manage numbers. That's always the issue for us, is managing the numbers, that we do it in a safe way. So that's really important, that if you are coming, I want you to come, you sign up for that, please. It's free to sign up, okay? There's no reason why you shouldn't come. It's 11:30, but the actual run will start at 12. So make sure you get there between 11:30 and 12. There is a bag drop. There is stuff to do. So get involved in that, people. And I think that's it. Thank you for hanging out with me on Easter Monday. I really do appreciate it. We are back live next Monday. We will be talking all things running shoes. We'll be unpacking the London Landmarks half, and we'll be no doubt talking about the Metaspeed Edge after we've done that run. And that's probably about it. I'm going to go and drink more tea, and I'm going to try and cough less, and I shall see you all next week. Have a great week. If you are taping, just relax. You're going to be feeling all sorts of weird stuff, so that's fine. Just go with it, is what I would say. So if you've got Brighton on Sunday, make sure you take it easy. Don't get stressed out about it. It's going to be a great time, okay? Just have fun. Enjoy Brighton. Enjoy the challenge doing it. Keep smiling. Keep going. I will look at doing this motivational podcast. If we can get that done this week, it'd be pretty awesome. Get that out for you so you can even listen to it at Brighton. But let's see. I'll do a bit of research on how we can do that. And I think that's it, guys. Again, thanks very much for hanging out with me. Please tell everybody you know in the running circle in the world. Post on your Facebook pages, on your Instagrams about this live stream. We need to build this live stream. The channel's coming up to 40,000 subscribers. We need to get that to there as well. So make sure you sort that out and keep pushing it. All right. I will not pay for ads. So you're in charge of doing all the marketing for me. And that's it, guys. I shall see you all later.